Something practical is trying to come through for you, but you might miss it because you are so focused on this romantic situation. This card is a gentle reminder that your life is bigger than this one connection. There are other areas that need your attention, other opportunities that deserve your focus. The universe is offering you a chance to grow and develop in tangible ways, but you have to show up for it. You have to be willing to be the student, to learn, to practice, to develop mastery over time. Now we get the Four of Pentacles, and oh Pisces, this is where things get real. This card is about holding on too tight, about gripping something so hard that you are actually strangling it. The Ace of Wands does not mess around. It represents raw, creative potential and new beginnings that have nothing to do with waiting around for someone else to notice you. This is about your fire, your own creative life force that wants to burst forward. You might be channeling all this intense energy towards someone who honestly might not even be on the same wavelength as you. And meanwhile, the universe is like, hello, there's this whole other path opening up that you are not even looking at because you are so laser focused on this person. The interesting thing about obsession is that it can blind us to what is actually trying to emerge in our lives. This Ace of Wands is that tiny seed of potential that wants your attention, your nurturing, your focus. Maybe it is a creative project. Maybe it is a completely different romantic connection you have not even noticed yet. Maybe it is rediscovering a passion you abandoned. But the cards are being very clear that this new beginning is real and it is available right now, not in some distant future. The challenge is that you need to take your gaze off this person you are obsessed with long enough to see what else is trying to happen for you. What I am also picking up with this ace is that the obsession itself might actually be a distraction mechanism. Sometimes when we are on the verge of something genuinely transformative, our psyche creates these intense fixations on unavailable people or complicated situations as a way to avoid stepping into our own power. Because let me tell you, stepping into the energy of the Ace of Wands requires courage. It requires you to say yes to yourself, to bet on your own vision, to move forward even when you cannot see the whole staircase. That is scary stuff, way scarier than pining after someone who keeps you in this comfortable, uncomfortable space of wanting and waiting. I am seeing layers here too. The ace represents not just one new beginning, but the potential for continuous new beginnings. This is not about one single opportunity you might miss. This is about you claiming your right to be the initiator in your own life story. The person you are obsessed with, they are not initiating anything with you in a clear way, right? There is ambiguity. There is that thread you mentioned that everything is hanging by. But you could be initiating something powerful for yourself instead of waiting for someone else to make a move. The wand is in your hand in this card, not theirs. So, next card, the Hermit shows up and wow, this makes so much sense. You need solitude right now. You need to go inward. I know that probably sounds like the opposite of what you want to hear when you are obsessed with someone, but the Hermit is telling you that the answers you are seeking are not going to come from obsessively analyzing their behavior or waiting for them to text back or wondering what they are thinking. The answers are inside you, and you can only access them by withdrawing from the noise and the drama and the constant mental loops about this person. The Hermit carries a lantern, and that lantern represents your own inner wisdom, your own truth. Right now, your light is pointing outward, illuminating this other person, trying to figure them out, trying to make sense of their actions. But the Hermit is asking you to turn that light inward. What are you really seeking? Is it actually this person, or is it the feeling you think they will give you? Is it validation? Is it security? Is it excitement? Because here is the thing. Whatever you are truly seeking, you have to find the seed of it within yourself first. This period of going inward is not about isolation in a sad way. It is about reclaiming your energy. Think about how much mental and emotional energy you have been pouring into this obsession. That energy is yours. It belongs to you. And you can redirect it. The Hermit knows that sometimes you have to step back from the chaos to see clearly. You have been so close to this situation, so enmeshed in the feelings and the hoping and the analyzing, that you cannot see the bigger picture of what is actually happening and what you actually need. I am also getting that the Hermit is connected to finding your own path separate from anyone else. You are a Pisces, so naturally you have this tendency to merge with others, to lose your boundaries a little bit, to get swept up in the current of someone else's energy. But right now you need to find your path, not the path you would walk with this person, not the version of yourself you think they want, but your authentic solitary path. Who are you when no one is watching? What do you want when you strip away all the external noise and expectations? The Hermit invites you into those questions. There is also wisdom here about timing. Sometimes the universe makes us wait not as punishment, but as preparation. This time alone, this time of seeming inaction while everything hangs by a thread, it is actually active time. You are integrating lessons, you are maturing, you are developing the internal resources you will need for what comes next. The Hermit is not worried about missing out or being left behind. The Hermit trusts that the right things will unfold at the right time. And right now, the right thing is inner work. Third card, Page of Pentacles. And this is fascinating because this is about new learning, new skills, being a student of something tangible and practical. While you are obsessing over this person, there is an opportunity to learn something new, to develop a skill, to plant seeds in the material world that will actually grow into something real. The Page of Pentacles is saying, look, you can spend your time spinning fantasies about what might happen with this person, or you can spend your time building something actual and concrete in your life. This card often shows up when we need to focus on the foundation, on the basics, on what is real rather than what is imagined. Obsession lives in the realm of fantasy, right? You are probably spending a lot of time imagining scenarios, having conversations in your head, creating narratives about what things mean. But the Page of Pentacles is grounded. This is about taking practical steps toward tangible goals. Maybe it is learning a new skill for your career. Maybe it is taking care of your health. Maybe it is managing your finances better. Maybe it is literally planting a garden. Whatever it is real, and it will give you real results. Unlike the obsession, which is keeping you stuck in possibility without actuality. The student energy of this page is also important. You are in a learning phase right now, even if it does not feel like it. You are learning about yourself, about your patterns, about what happens when you give your power away to someone else. You are learning about discernment, about where to invest your energy. This is valuable education, even if it is uncomfortable. The page is curious, open, willing to be a beginner. Maybe you need to be a beginner at loving yourself, at setting boundaries, at recognizing your worth independent of whether someone else chooses you. I am also seeing that the Page of Pentacles can represent a message or opportunity related to work, money, or health. Something practical is trying to come through for you, but you might miss it because you are so focused on this romantic situation. This card is a gentle reminder that your life is bigger than this one connection. There are other areas that need your attention, other opportunities that deserve your focus. The universe is offering you a chance to grow and develop in tangible ways, but you have to show up for it. You have to be willing to be the student, to learn, to practice, to develop mastery over time. Now we get the Four of Pentacles and oh, Pisces, this is where things get real. This card is about holding on too tight, about gripping something so hard that you are actually strangling it. You are holding on to this obsession, holding on to hope, holding on to this person in your mind and heart, but that grip is cutting off circulation. Nothing can flow when you are clenched up like this. The Four of Pentacles is showing me that your attachment to this specific outcome with this specific person is actually blocking your blessings. When we clutch something with this kind of desperation, we send out energy of scarcity. We are basically saying to the universe, I do not trust that anything better will come. I do not trust that I will be okay without this. I need this thing to work out. And that neediness, that fear-based attachment, it repels the very thing we want. This person can probably feel your energy even if they cannot name it. They can sense that you are holding on so tight, and for most people that feels suffocating rather than attractive. The Four of Pentacles is also about fear, specifically fear of loss. You are terrified of losing this connection, even though honestly from what I am picking up, the connection might be more in your head than in reality. You might be holding on to breadcrumbs, onto mixed signals, onto potential rather than anything solid. And the card is asking you, why are you so afraid to let go? What are you really afraid of? Is it being alone? Is it feeling rejected? Is it having to admit you were wrong about them? Is it having to start over? There is also something here about control. When we are obsessed with someone, we often think we are at their mercy, but there is also a hidden attempt to control. By thinking about them constantly, analyzing everything, trying to figure out what to do or say to get the outcome you want, you are trying to control something that is actually not controllable. Other people have free will. They are going to do what they are going to do regardless of how much energy you pour into trying to influence the outcome. The Four of Pentacles is showing that this attempt at control through obsession is exhausting you, and it is not working anyway. Let me pull the Queen of Cups because this feels important right now. The Queen of Cups is deeply emotional, intuitive, compassionate, and she represents emotional maturity. But here is what I am seeing. This queen can also be about being so immersed in feelings that you lose perspective. She sits by the water, holding her cup, sometimes so absorbed in her own emotional world that she does not see what is happening on shore. You are drowning in feelings about this person, Pisces. You are swimming in an ocean of emotion and you need to come up for air. The Queen of Cups is asking you to use your emotional intelligence not just to feel everything intensely, but to understand what your feelings are actually telling you. Obsession is not love. I know it feels intense and consuming and important, but obsession is usually about us, about our wounds, about what we are trying to heal through another person. Real love has some spaciousness to it, some trust, some ease. What you are experiencing is more like emotional addiction, and the Queen of Cups in her mature expression would be able to recognize that distinction. This queen also represents self-care and emotional nourishment. How are you taking care of your heart right now? Are you being gentle with yourself or are you beating yourself up? Are you allowing yourself to feel what you feel without judgment, or are you stuck in shame spirals about why you cannot just get over this person? The Queen of Cups says your emotions are valid, but you also have the power to work with them rather than being overtaken by them. You can acknowledge I feel obsessed while also choosing not to act on that feeling. You can feel intense longing while also maintaining your boundaries and dignity. I am also picking up that you might be trying to be the Queen of Cups for this person, like you are trying to be emotionally available and understanding and nurturing, hoping that will make them choose you. But you need to be that queen for yourself first. You need to pour that emotional care and compassion into your own cup. You cannot give from an empty vessel. And right now you are depleted because you have been giving all your emotional energy to someone who is not matching it. Card number 6, Three of Wands. And this is about expansion, looking toward the horizon, waiting for ships to come in. You have been planting seeds and now you are in that waiting period. But here is the thing. The Three of Wands is looking outward toward new horizons, not backward at what was or fixated on one specific thing. This card is showing me that there is a bigger world out there for you, broader possibilities, but you cannot see them because you are so narrowly focused on this one person. The Three of Wands represents vision and planning for the future. It is asking you to lift your gaze up from this obsessive situation and consider what else might be possible. What are you working toward that has nothing to do with this person? What dreams have you put on hold while you have been caught up in this? The ships coming to shore in this card represent returns on your investments, but you have been investing all your energy in something that is not giving you returns. What if you invested in yourself instead? What if you look toward horizons that actually have something promising on them? This card also speaks to me about patience, but active patience, not passive waiting. The figure in the Three of Wands is not just standing there hoping. They have done the work, sent out their ships, and now they are actively watching for what returns. There is confidence here, a sense of I have done my part and I trust that good things are on the way. Can you access that energy? Can you shift from obsessing over one person to actively creating a life you are excited about so that good things have space to find you? The Three of Wands is also about collaboration and partnership, but with people who are actually showing up, who are actually on the same page as you. This person you are obsessed with, are they even rowing in the same direction? Or are you trying to force a partnership with someone who has one foot out the door? The card is suggesting that real partnership, real collaboration is available to you, but not where you are currently looking. Can you shift from obsessing over one person to actively creating a life you are excited about so that good things have space to find you? The Three of Wands is also about collaboration and partnership, but with people who are actually showing up, who are actually on the same page as you. This person you are obsessed with, are they even rowing in the same direction? Or are you trying to force a partnership with someone who has one foot out the door? The card is suggesting that real partnership, real collaboration is available to you, but not where you are currently looking. The star appears after the tower in the tarot, after everything has fallen apart. And I think in some way you are in that post-tower space right now. Maybe you have already experienced some kind of ending or destruction related to this situation, or maybe you are sensing that it is coming. But the star says that destruction makes room for something better. The star is naked and vulnerable, pouring water back into the water and onto the land. She has nothing to hide, nothing to prove. She just is. And that is the energy available to you now if you can release the obsession and the grasping. This card is also deeply connected to healing. Whatever wound this obsession is poking at, there is real healing available now. You do not have to stay stuck in this pattern. You do not have to keep choosing unavailable people. You do not have to keep abandoning yourself for someone else. The star is offering you a chance to heal that at the root level, to come back to your own center, to remember who you are beyond any relationship or romantic situation. The star is also about authenticity and being true to yourself. When you are obsessed with someone, you often lose yourself a little bit. You start performing, trying to be what you think they want, hiding parts of yourself that might not be acceptable. But the star says strip all that away. Be yourself, completely and unapologetically. The right people will be drawn to your authentic light, and the wrong people will not be able to handle it, which is actually a blessing because it saves you time and heartache. I am also getting a strong sense that the star is connected to your spiritual path. Maybe this whole situation has been waking you up to something deeper, pushing you toward a more conscious way of living and loving. Maybe you are meant to go through this so you can learn to choose differently next time, so you can develop the discernment and self-love that will allow you to attract healthier connections. But the star says strip all that away. Be yourself, completely and unapologetically. The right people will be drawn to your authentic light, and the wrong people will not be able to handle it, which is actually a blessing because it saves you time and heartache. I am also getting a strong sense that the star is connected to your spiritual path. Maybe this whole situation has been waking you up to something deeper, pushing you toward a more conscious way of living and loving. Maybe you are meant to go through this so you can learn to choose differently next time, so you can develop the discernment and self-love that will allow you to attract healthier connections. Maybe they have been hurt before, maybe they have walls up, maybe they are emotionally unavailable for whatever reason. You can sense the depth in them. You can feel that there is something there, but they are not letting you in fully. They are keeping you at arm's length while also maybe giving you just enough to keep you hanging on. That is the thread everything is hanging by, their inability or unwillingness to fully commit and be vulnerable. The King of Cups can also be someone who is very in their head about emotions rather than actually feeling and expressing them. They might talk a good game, they might say the right things sometimes, but when it comes to actual emotional availability and follow-through, they pull back. This creates that crazy-making dynamic where you feel like there is potential, like they are almost there, like if you just wait a little longer or love them a little harder, they will finally open up. But Pisces, this card is showing me that they are who they are. This king is seated firmly on his throne. He is not going to suddenly become someone different. Now, this king could also represent the energy you need to embody for yourself. Maybe you need to be your own King of Cups, emotionally mature enough to recognize when a situation is not serving you and to walk away with your dignity intact. Maybe you need to master your own emotions rather than being swept away by them. Maybe you need to create some healthy emotional boundaries and stop letting this person or this situation have so much power over your internal state. Ninth card, the Hierophant. And this is about tradition, structure, seeking guidance from established systems or teachers. This card is telling me that you might benefit from outside perspective right now. Whether that is therapy, spiritual guidance, talking to a wise friend, or even consuming content that helps you understand your patterns better. You are too close to this situation to see it clearly. You need someone or something that can offer you a framework for understanding what is happening and what your next steps should be. The Hierophant can also be about conformity versus authenticity. Are you trying to make this relationship fit into some traditional mold or expectation? Are you obsessed with the idea of being with this person more than the reality? Sometimes we get attached to how things should look or what we think we should want, but the Hierophant in a challenging position can indicate that you are following someone else's script rather than your own truth. This card also speaks to values and beliefs. What do you believe about love? Do you believe you have to suffer for it? Do you believe good things are hard to come by? Do you believe you need to earn someone's love through perfect behavior? The Hierophant is asking you to examine your beliefs because they are creating your reality. If you believe that love is supposed to be this hard, this uncertain, this painful, then you will keep creating situations that confirm that belief. But what if you started to believe that real love could be easier, clearer, more reciprocal? There is also something here about learning from this experience. The Hierophant is a teacher, and maybe this whole situation has been your teacher. What is the lesson? Maybe it is about self-worth. Maybe it is about recognizing red flags earlier. Maybe it is about not abandoning yourself for someone else. Whatever the lesson is, do not waste it. Let yourself actually learn and integrate what this experience has shown you so you do not have to repeat it. Final card, Seven of Pentacles, and this is about assessment. Looking at what you have been investing in and deciding if it is worth continuing. This is such a perfect card to end on because it is literally asking you to step back and evaluate. You have been putting so much energy into this situation, into this person, into this obsession. What have you gotten back? What is actually growing from all that investment? The Seven of Pentacles is a pause point where you look at your garden and decide what is thriving, what needs more attention, and what needs to be pulled out because it is not producing. I think the honest answer here is that you are not getting much return on this investment. You are getting just enough to keep you hooked, but not enough to actually build a real relationship. You are getting breadcrumbs when you deserve a feast. This card is asking you if you want to keep watering a plant that is not growing or if you want to redirect that water to seeds that actually have potential. The Seven of Pentacles is also about patience, but there is a difference between patient waiting and wasted time. If you are waiting for something that has a realistic chance of manifesting, that is one thing. But if you are waiting for someone to become available who has shown you repeatedly that they are not going to, that is just denial. This card is giving you permission to walk away from what is not working. It is giving you permission to cut your losses and invest your precious time and energy somewhere more deserving. There is also something here about trusting the process of growth. If you plant seeds in good soil, water them, give them sunlight, they will grow. But you have been planting seeds in rocky soil and wondering why nothing is blooming. The Seven of Pentacles is saying, find better soil. Find people and situations where your love and attention will actually be met and reciprocated and allowed to flourish. So Pisces, let me bring this all together for you. You asked about a huge change coming, about being obsessed with someone while something different is happening. And what I am seeing is that the huge change is not about this person choosing you or the relationship suddenly becoming what you want it to be. The huge change is you choosing yourself. The huge change is you breaking this obsessive pattern and reclaiming your power. The something different that is happening is that your soul is trying to redirect you toward your actual path, toward real opportunities for growth and connection and creativity, but you have been too fixated on this one person to notice. Everything is hanging by a thread right now, but maybe that thread needs to break. Maybe you need to let this whole situation fall apart so you can rebuild something better. Maybe you need to surrender the fantasy so you can step into something real. The cards are showing me that you have so much potential right now, so many new beginnings available, but you are blocking them with this obsession. You are standing at a crossroads, and one path leads deeper into this unhealthy dynamic, and the other path leads toward yourself, toward healing, toward authentic connections, toward your actual life purpose. The cards are not telling you what to do, but they are showing you the energy of where you are and where you could go. I really hope you can find the courage to choose yourself here. I hope you can release your grip on this person and this situation and trust that something better is waiting. I hope you can go inward like the hermit and find your own light instead of looking for it in someone else. You are a Pisces. You are intuitive and sensitive and deeply feeling, but you are also strong and capable and deserving of real love, not crumbs. The huge change is about remembering that. That is everything the cards wanted me to share with you today. Stay strong out there and trust your intuition even when your heart wants something different.